Hello, and welcome to PXR Tier 2, Round 2, around the streets of China. We're here at the end of Q1. We're here at the end of Q1 as it has just ended with a few surprises out in Q1. TCV Spinny leads the leaderboard with a 30.3. So as we head through qualifying, TTV Spenny, fastest in Q1. A few surprises out in Q1 with Callum, Jack H, Stan Bowles and Absorbing Frame all out of Q1. So it's going to be an interesting Q2. Hopefully the track starts to ramp up and everyone gets faster. It's a Prius in P2 and Stephen in P3. As we start Q2 now, it's going to be a bit of a interesting Q2. I feel like some people are going to go out on the medium compound of tyres as to go for a bit of an alternate strategy. So you have left for TTV out on the medium compound of tyres, as I thought many people would do. Of course, a bit of a difficult circuit here at China with tyre wear being quite high, and there's quite a few strategies you can go for. People out on the mediums will be looking to go for the medium hard strategy. You'll be a bit slower at the start, but you really reap the benefits of the strategy towards the end of the race when you've got much fresher tyres. You've also got the soft hard strategy, which most people will be going for, pitting around lap 6 to really get the full benefit of the softs. I don't think I can. I don't know what's going on. Going to go on board with Lefra TTV for his first flying lap of Q2 on the medium compound of tyres. Going down into the toughest section of the track in my opinion, Sector 1. You're always pump braking, pulling your foot on the throttle, trying to get the best line. 3's 1 turn and 3 short shifting on exit if you can to avoid wheel spin, as Lefra TTV does, fighting the car to get that grip. Braking at the 100 meter board in for turn 6 now. Nice and tight on the apex. Open the car up, open the line up. You try and take turn 7 flat out, probably not quite flat out on the medium, but yes he does. Lefra TTV taking it flat out. Going to take a tight line through turns 9 and 10. Track's all about opening up each corner to the next, sacrificing that entry speed to get that exit speed, breaking the 100 meter forward down into second gear, hooking up a bit of the grass on the inside to get the car rotated and keep it in third. Try and short shift if possible to avoid wheel spin, take this tightest line as possible onto the main straight now. Activating DRS. So, yeah. More towards the end of the lap, those tricky bit. 100-meter ball braking for the hairpin down into first gear, short shifting on exit avoid wheel spin, but almost a bit of a spin. Left for TTV, really compromising his line, and he abandons his lap. Hello back there, I'm not too sure what's happened there, but I've heard a bit of a spin for Sleek. Move as Seamus goes off into the grass, and he's in for a spin. So Seamus finding it a bit tricky in these conditions. We're going to go on board with HJS Tiger. Braking nice and late for the hairpin down into second gear. After the tricky last corner, Sleep Mover all over the track, taking out brake markables here, there and everywhere. And HGS Tiger does a 30.4 to go second fastest in the session. So that is second and fourth provisionally for the Mercedes drivers. With Cutler, who barely got into Q2, looking to probably show himself off a bit more now. He backs off his lap. And left for TTV has gone out again on another set of mediums, looking to try and get into Q3 on the mediums, as I said, looking to do a medium to hard strategy. We're going to follow TTV Spenny on a lap on the medium compound of tyres, of course top of the timing sheets in Q1, looking to go near the same in Q2, also on the slower compound of tyres, so we will not be able to go as fast. A nice set to one from him, hopefully he can get a good enough lap to get into Q3 on the mediums. Coming through to the end of set 2 now. Been a decent lap from him. Hopefully it can be enough. Maybe he has enough fuel to go for 2 laps in a row. Nice hairpin, using the back end a little bit. Nice final corner. Let's see what lap time he does. He does at 31.7. That is a rather nice lap on the mediums. That is roughly about what lap time you would need to do. Maybe going for another banker. Of course, the mediums are a lot slower than the softs. So it might be a struggle for the medium runners to get into Q3. Top Chrome is now on a lap, I believe. Engine braking really nicely into the hairpin. Important to minimise that braking distance, using a bit too much of the track on the edge, which will ruin his momentum into the final corner. A bit cautious there, just trying not to invalidate. And it is going to be a 30.9 for Top Chrome. Might just about be enough. Thank you for the 13 viewers that are watching the stream right now. Leave your race predictions in the Twitch chat below. For me, some of the top runners up for this track are definitely going to be Electro, HES Tiger and TTV Spenny. Mix doing a very decent lap so far on the softs. And Minx hitting a 31.1 might just be quick enough to get himself into Q3. TTFS Electro taking first position so far on Q2 with a 30.4. Closely behind him is HES Tiger in the Mercedes and Sleek Mover in the Racing Point. Now I mix into the pits. Everyone still in the pits, waiting to go out the last moment to try and get through. Sheamus is out on the medium compound of tyres. So Stephen 3001, 3.5 tenths up on the in the first sector, so looking to improve on his lap by quite a large margin. Stephen locking up a little bit. Who said that? He's even finishing his last flying lap. And Stephen with a 30.2, a very nice lap there, putting him P1 in the session. Carla in P6, looking to Carla sliding through the last corner to set a 30.6, goes P5. We have young XLMX on the mediums. Let's see what lap time he does running out of VRS just before the line. The 32 flat. PTV Spenny going 7th with the 30.9. Let's see whether Sheamus can get through into Q3 on the mediums. He's down by 2.5 tenths, I think. So I don't think he's going to be able to get through on the mediums. He invalidates his final lap. So that will conclude qualifying. So Stephen 3001 taking first in Q2. TCFS Electro in the McLaren in P2, AGS Tiger, Sleek Mover, Cutler, Asterix F1, GTV Spenny, It's a Prius, Top Chrome and AOR Minx round off your top 10. Be an interesting Q3 with a very, very close field. Let's see what Q3 might bring us. So Q3 is now underway. Oh my god. It is. We are here at the start of Tier 3. Q3, sorry. Q3, sorry. My bad. So this is the time where the drivers will really start to crank up, start to push the car to the limits, try and get that maximum lap time. Going to go on board with Sleek Mover. He's the first person to set a flying lap on the soft compound of tyres. Sleek Mover go down into neutral there, trying to get that extra rotation. Going through turns 9 and 10 now. It's been quite a tidy lap from Sleek Mover so far. Hopefully he can keep it up. For the 18 viewers watching the stream right now, make sure you are following, because it's going to be very, very intense, very close in tier 2. So Sleek Mover goes with a 30.4. And Electro already goes up to a 30.282. Steven is going through the hairpin now, through turn 15, the last corner, turn 16, clipping the inside curb, use all of the extra curb available, and it's going to be a 30 flat from Steven. Let's see if he goes for a best of a spin there. Dupree's with a 30.2. The top 6 all separated by just under 4 tenths. And Togo's P6 with a 30.3. Look at that, a tenth separating just the lot of drivers here. Is going to get very, very close at the end of this qualifying session. Seems to be spending on a flying lap now, probably on some used softs. As he turns 14 and 15, and see how his last corner is. Chucking the car right in 5th gear, almost validating, using all of the track with a 31 flat. Very disappointing from him, but I'm sure that's on some old tyres, just trying to get a bit of a banker lap in. Going to follow Asterix F1, and he's on it, maybe his last flying lap of the race. he can do. Getting down into 6 now, getting a lot of understeer. Probably better to use second through that corner so the car can actually get its proper turn in. So going through turn 8. Maybe time for him to back off and to go into the pits to go for a next lap. Bit of a slow lap, looking to back off his lap going through turn 12. Almost no one else on track apart from Sleek Mover. So, Asterix F1 into the pits, but we're going to go on board with Sleek Mover, the first person to go out on their last flying lap. Sleek Mover, almost invalid, but getting a very nice run onto his last round after the session. Going to start to really put so going really nice and deep into turn 1, using a lot of the track there to try and maximise his lap time. And to use third through there to not just short shift, and using a brake at the 100 meter where he's a 10th down, but he should be able to move up in the middle and last sectors. The track is constantly evolving, guessing that a little bit quicker. Hasn't been the greatest lap from Sleek Mover. I think he's backed off his lap, maybe. Yeah, I think he's backed off. So I'm going to go on board with not Top Grade. Go on board with Electro, I think is starting a flying lap. Very nice first sector for Electro going through turn 6 now. Making a nice line short shifting on entry to minimise wheel spin. Moving through turn 7 now, tricky, flat out right-hander, really easy to lose the rear if you're not careful. Through turns 9 now, using 4 to minimise that wheel spin. Yes, again, all about carrying as much momentum through these corners as possible. Each one sets up the next, braking at the 100 meter board down into second gear. And he's backed off his lap, maybe looking to go again. Go on board with HJS Tiger, who crashes into Electro, trying to get slipstream, and he's absolutely hit into Electro. Electro being spun and getting damage on his in-lap. So I'm not too sure what's happened there, but Tiger obviously was completely missing the point. It's just Tiger now right on the racing line, causing a massive incident, retiring on track as well, ruining TTV Spinning's lap. Now that was an awful end to the session for him, really compromising TTV Spinning's lap, pushing him out of contention for pole position. Don't know what is going on there. Sleek Mover on an invalidated, looking to be like a 29 maybe Let's see what it would have been if it was valid. Going through the last corner. And it would have been a 30.173, so not quite up for pole. I'm going to go on board with the Renault of It's a Prius. Go through the last corner, he's going to have to really send it if he wants to improve. Let's see what that time he does it. It's a 30.2 again, doesn't improve on his fastest lap. So we're seeing a lot of the drivers struggling a bit to get their flying laps in. A1 Minx with a 30.7. Going on board with Top Chrome, he's 3 tenths up on his flying lap. Let's see how his final corner is. Thinking rather safely using all of the exit curve. Let's see what lap time is going to be. It's a 29.851. The first driver's again to the 28. A very nice lap time from him. Let's see what Asterix F1 can do. With a 30.4. Look at how close it is. Stephen on pole. Sorry, just missed that. Going even faster with a 29.797. A very nice lap time from him. What the days these? So yeah, a very interesting end to that qualifying. So yeah, a very, very controversial into qualifying. TCV Spenny getting his last flying lap ruined by HGS Tiger, and obviously TCFS Electro getting absolutely hit off the track by HGS Tiger. Let's see what the stewards would do about that after the race. So it's Stephen 3001 on pole. Got it on stream. So that rounds off a very, very, very interesting qualifying session. So just waiting for the drivers to collect the right starting tyres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights out. And away we go for the start of the Shanghai Chinese Grand Prix. A good getaway for Stephen, who gets off the line very well. TTFS Electra getting away well as well. It's Prius looking to go round the outside, but gets pushed off the grass and loses a load of positions. Electro up into P2, gaining a position. Asterix also gaining positions as well. Carlos been spun around, and Asterix almost collecting him. A1 Minx up into P4, making up a few positions. TC Sweeney dives down the inside of Asterix F1, getting a very nice move done on the Mercedes. Going side by side, 3 turn 7. Let's see whether he can keep it up. Oh, and there's no, someone's off. I'm not too sure who was off there, but it looked like someone went off. So, quite a calm start. A few people going off. It's a Prius going off, so obviously not the best for him. HGS Tiger lagging a little bit there. Asterix F1 looking to get a bit of a run on TTFS Electra, using a lot of the overtake button. Will he be able to make a move down into turn 14, the hairpin? TT Spenny going for a move from A1 Mix. He sends it down the inside and gets the move done on the McLaren driver. That's a very nice move from the Red Bull driver, looking to make up a loss of positions on this start of the race. That poor qualifying performance made up 6 positions. 6 positions on the opening lap. Very nice from him, as A1 Mix is getting right up close to the back of Asterix. It's going to go down the inside of Asterix. That's just giving him lots of space. Very good racecraft from him, but not giving in to the McLaren driver, doing a very good job there. As HS Tiger spun off, I'm not too sure what's happened there, but he's been spun round and he's now down at the back of the grid. Jameson absorbing frame, both pitting. TTFS, Electro, Top Chrome and Stephen are all in a bit of a DRS train, as we see a bit of a lock-up for Stephen there. Softs really don't last too long around this track, so they've got to really start pushing whilst their softs have enough grip. Will we see Electro go for a move on this straight here? Let's see. As Stan Bubbles gets disconnected from the session. Luke Lee, Josh and has a Pierre going side by side. Luke Lee, Josh giving Pierre no room there, so pushing him off a little bit. It has to be and Luke Lee, Josh getting rather close down into turn 1. Callum is looking to go round the outside of the Alfa Romeo drive, having to concede for time being. Let's see whether he gets him moved down to the inside of turn 4, sorry. Yeah, he does. He gets a move done. A very nice move from Callum, looking to make up for that poor qualified position. Looking to make another position. He's got the run on Luke Lee. Josh but chooses to stay behind. You're going to send it down the inside of turn 6. Yes, he does. What a move from Callum, making 2 positions up in the space of 6 corners as he starts his rampage back up to the top of the field. Let's see where he can get up to. Let's flick back up to Asterix F1, who is right on the back of TTV Spenny. TTV Spenny looking to really be struggling on this soft compound of tyres, just showing that the softs really are not the greatest. TTV Spenny using a loss of DRS, not wanting the Mercedes driver to get past, but I think he's going to have to concede the position as Stan Bubbles joins back the session. So that's just getting the move done down on the inside, but A1 making very close there. It's going to be interesting as they go into the pits. A1 makes around the outside of TTV Spenny, but TTV Spenny gets a massive launch and gets right back past. It's a Prius. A1 makes and TTV Spenny going 3 wide almost into turn 1 with Julian Nater right on the back of them. So no way past, but the Renault driver going down the inside of the Red Bull, getting very close between the two of them. Let's see who blinks first. Going side by side down into the run of turn 6 into the hairpin. I think TTV Spenny is going to keep the position, but it's a Prius is still there, but sadly cannot get the move. Excellent defensive work from the Red Bull driver. They're very close midfield here. The top 3 seem to have bolted it, but other than that, it's getting very close between the rest of the drivers. Looking at the biggest winners and losers from the start of this race. Cutler down 10 positions. A1 makes it down the inside of it's a Prius, giving him not the most amount of room I've ever seen, but getting the move done either way. A bit of hard racing there. Looking like the medium runners are starting to get into their life a bit more, as the softs are starting to really fly. They're on board with young LMX. They're about to go 3 wide down into the hairpin. No, but Young backs out of it, not wanting to get into any incidences goes for the switchback, but sadly cannot make it work. As Julian gets a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Because we've got a big train from P5 down into P11 of 6 cars just right, all within DRS of each other. Big DRS happening behind TTV Spenny. Julianator can pit this lap. Soft runners could possibly be pissing for hard compound of tyres now, but they may be going for a 2-stop instead. A safety car right now would definitely warn the soft runners to pit for the hard compound of tyres and look to go to the end of the race. Stephen's gone wide, he's gone off the track. Stephen, from the lead of this race, has had a bit of a mare there and he's down into P3. Losing quite a bit of time there to the top 2, but importantly has a lot of ERS that he can use to catch back up. A1 Minx right on the back of TTV Spenny. As Seamus retires from the session in the pits. A1 Minx is definitely looking to go and get a move done on TTV Spenny. TTV Spenny using a lot of his overtake now. They're going to have to go 3 wide, almost down into the hairpin. Julian is getting a bit chaotic here, but young LMX getting the move done. Julian is right behind him, but TTV Spenny now into the pits. Young LMX has got no ERS, so Julianator swoops around the outside. What a move from the Ferrari driver. Can he make it stick though? Going to go on board with him? No, he doesn't get it stick. Almost got an amazing move done there. A1 Minx the biggest loser out of that, losing 2 positions. He's on the soft compound of tyres, so he's really got to be careful now. The grip level's surely going to be dropping off a lot now, the softs. The A1 Minx still on the back of these 3, but the top 2 now seem to have dashed it a bit. Electro using a lot of his overtake, probably looking to be pissing this lap. The softs are looking in horrible conditions, as we can see from Top Chrome's tyres and Electro's front tyres. Probably looking to be pissing this lap, and yes, he does. He goes into the pits. Top Chrome following him to the pits. Electro almost hitting the wall there. Both of them getting to the pits safely. DRL Stephen also getting into the pits nicely. Yellow flags in sector 3, and that's absorbing frame out of the race, binning it at turn 13. Not too sure what has happened there for the Racing Point driver. Good. Stephen getting in a bit of traffic when he's pitted, so maybe he would have wanted to go a lap later to avoid this traffic, but sometimes things don't always go the way you want them to. Not a massive field spread. P1 down into P16, separated by just a straight. Team using a lot of the ERS now, trying to catch up, back up to the top 2. Top Chrome got lots and lots of DRS. So Callum, he's up into P4. He's doing a fantastic job, having a really good recovery drive. Hopefully he can keep up this momentum for the rest of the race. See that Endgamers in the chat. Leave down your prediction for the end of the race if you haven't already. Oh, as Callum going very wide at the heck and then losing him probably about a second or two. Luckily Josh is right on the back of him now, hasn't got very much ERS, but will have the DRS to stay with him. Luckily Josh rides on the back of Callum. Now let's see whether he can make a move into turn 14, also known as the hairpin. Just see the yellow flag, Stan Bubbles is out going through turns 12 and 13. That is really unlucky for the Williams driver. He's now getting absolutely swamped by the Red Bull and the Mercedes driver. Electra and Top Row going side by side now. 3 turn 15 and 16. Electra going into the pits, looking to have damage maybe, and that is almost race over for Electro. That's really unfortunate for him. This is almost race over for Electro as he goes into the pit and goes on to the medium compound of tyre, looking to maybe go to the end of the race. So, the provisional leader of this race is Steven, who pitted, I think, a bit earlier than the rest, but he's come out ahead and he's got a nice 8/10 gap to Top Chrome, looking to maybe break that DRS. Seven, 8, 9, 10. So Stephen almost getting Top Chrome out of DRS, using a lot of his overtake, but Top Chrome will have the DRS. Here are Minx right on the back of Stan Bubbles. Is he going to make a move down into turn 1? He's got DRS, he's got that lots of overtake, and he gets the move done into turn 1. Stan Bubbles not really fighting. Like, you can see the car just bumping up and down over that bumpy track. Not too much going on at the moment. A bit of a boring section of the race as the hard runners are really starting to try and get their hards back into the groove of things. A lot of the drivers that we expected to be up there having a bit of an unfortunate race. We have Tiger and Electric right down in P17 and P18 respectively, really a bit off the pace, but Callum not doing a bad job. He's up into 14th from P20, so doing a very nice job. AOR Minx is already in the DRS of Asterix, so He's really on the charge. He's got so much race pace, locking up a little bit into the hairpin as it's so easy to do. Going through the last corner now. Now this is where the interesting bit starts. Can TTV Spenny get Asterix out of DRS? Can he get A1 Minx out of DRS? That's his main priority if he needs to win this race. Need to start pushing right about now. I think still flashing in and out of that DRS place with Asterix F1. Really need to start using a bit more. The DRS is a guarantee, and I think he'll be in. The detection line is just through here, just through turn 12 before you go through the bit of a slingshot corner onto the straight. He's got 95% DRS. He's doing a fantastic job. We're going to switch to Jack H, who is briefly round the back of Sleek Mover. Sleek Mover really out of ERS, defending hard from Jack H. And gets a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Not too many close battles, but Top Chrome still right in the DRS of Stephen 3001. Yellow flags in sector 1, I'm not too sure what has happened there. And Stan Bubbles is into the wall after straight lining the wall at turns 1 and 2. I'm not too sure what's happened to him. And he's out of the race, and there's a safety car. Stan Bubbles straight lining the wall and into a safety car. This is perfect for the medium runners. They get a free pit stop, and they can go onto the hard compound of tyres. So yeah, that'll be a stretch. So people now in the mediums can pit for the hards, but going to the mediums now would be a bit of a stretch. So Young X LMX into the pit. Top Chrome is out of the race. Top Chrome, not too sure what's happened to him, a bit of a disconnection issue. So Young LMX getting a beautiful strategy call here. Just gaining so many positions. Look at that, gaining so many positions, and he's going to be on 4 to 5, actually more than that, like 6-7 lap fresher tyres. So a safety car now, that has really spiced things up in this race. Oh, do I reply to messages? Sorry. I haven't really checked China back. Poor Electro says, dear Spinner. Yeah, that's unfortunate for TTFS Electro. Louis T in chat saying, hi Louis Fire. Cut the charge incoming. Let's hope so. From the Williams driver, had a bit of a poor start to the race. Dear Spinner saying, hello Louis, thank you. And Crystala saying Young XLMX carrying this race. It's been a fantastic drive from him so far with an amazing strategy call. He's going to have much better Much better tyres towards the end of the race. And someone commenting, Asterix win. Less bold bold call by one of the viewers on an old account. Big up TTV Spenny. Go on, son. Yeah, it's been a very decent drive from him. Had a bit of traffic to contend with, but he's done very, very well so far. So, yeah. Joe Perry in the chat, Mr. F2 Merchant himself, saying hi. Cryptic F1 also in chat saying yo, hello. Cryptic obviously used to be in tier 2 when he got promoted up into tier 1 for this season. Ben Lewis putting big up Asterix in chat. Of course, the same person, Ben Lewis and Asterix. Ben Lewis subscribed with Prime. They've been subscribed for 2 months. Currently on a 1-month streak. Nice. Come on, that's what we like to see. The dedication from some of the viewers. Thank you very much for that Prime subscription. Big up. I do remember that actually. Of course, last season, a very, very close battle between Cryptic and Lynx last season. So yeah, as we can see here, look at that young XLMX and Julianator with 6 to 7 lap fresher tyres than the rest of the field. Just a beautiful strategy that's worked out. So they're going to absolutely just be on so much fresher tyres for the safety car restart. So this is looking very good for the drivers in P2 and P4. Top Chrome's AI overtaking people. I don't know what's happened there, but Julianator is stuck on track. Julianator getting a penalty. Joe Perry says, Louis, you want to let me race in tier 3 yet? No comment. No comment. Louis, why so many DNFs? What happened? Just some tricky conditions out here, of course. Under heavier fuel, a lot of the drivers just losing the rear or things not going their way. So a few DNFs. Just due to the track being pretty tricky in general. Safety car is going to be in this lap, so it's up to Stephen to control the... That's $3 good in my prime, Joe Perry said. Yep, absolutely, mate. So safety car will be in this lap, up to Stephen to control the pack whilst the safety car goes in. Looking to probably try and warm up his hard compound of tyres. Young XLMX right on the back of him. Getting a very good safety car restart. Will he be able to make a move down into turn 1? We're going to follow Young X LMX. A Sleek mover is out of the race. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but Sleek has retired after crashing at the last corner. Probably on cold tyres, but Young X goes for a beautiful move down the inside of Steven and gets a fantastic move done on his 6th lap fresher hard compound of tyres. So a fantastic move from him. Maybe he can bolster the rest of the race. So TTV spinning up into P4. A lot of moves going on, but Asterix going round the outside of left for TV, getting left absolutely zero room. So very close in the midfield. Asterix looking up to make a few positions, obviously very good and consistent drive. Hopefully he can bring home a good result for the Mercedes Academy. Down the inside of his championship rival Jam Pancakes. Crazy put in chat. Sorry, let me just try that again. Going down the inside of our championship rival Jam Pancakes. Sorry, my best Tyrrell Limitless voice. VRI man in chat saying, come on, big Cal Freezy. Down in P15 is Callum. Oh, and he's left. So I don't know what Ryan's on about. So Callum trying to get back into the session. But out in front, young XLMX, he's absolutely bolted it and is already out of DRS of Stephen in 3001. The Ferrari doing an excellent job in P2 and P3. Julian with the penalty, which might come in to ruin his race. Cryptic says, scream it down, someone goes for an overtake on the inside. Okay, I will do. What has happened further at the back? And that is Jack H and Cutler having a bit of an incident. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but the Red Bull and the Williams driver having a bit of contact in the first sector. Things start to spread out a little bit, but everyone in a massive DRS train yet again. The Genius with another 3-second penalty. That is really going to be costing him some positions at the end of the race. As Cutler retires from the session, and he's probably spun out at turn. And there's another safety car. So drivers may be looking to make a pit stop now. So I think a lot of the drivers are going to be reacting to what young LMX does. No. Don't. The young XLMX goes into the pits, but he's going to trigger a lot of people to go into the pits. Julianator staying out. Stephen goes into the pits. C3 Spenny, AOR Minx, Ace of Prius staying out. Thanks for the 21 viewers in chat. That is absolutely class, lads. Thank you very much for the support. WRG Sky here as well. Cryptic, Horns, Joe Perry, Louis, and other Louis. And Rick's also in chat. So yeah, another safety car caused by another Williams out of this race. Bit of a poor show from the Williams drivers. DRS Spelly with the ooh, with the eyes emoji. Yeah, it's been a very interesting race, and I'm sure the best of it is going to be here. How do you think tier 1 will be? Cryptic says. Oh, it's going to be a close one. I see a lot of people's times are very close, all within the low to mid 29s. It's a very, very close one in tier 1. So yeah, it's going to be very close. Going to be down to who can hook up their laps when it matters. Sadly, I won't be commentating as I'll be racing for there, but we'll have the lovely commentators of Callum and Asterix, who are both in this race. Callum in P8 and Asterix in P12. Both will be commentating the tier 1 race. And for tier 3 one, we'll have Lanky Lewis and someone else. BAR Ryman said, can I give a shout out to Lewis as it's his birthday tomorrow? Happy birthday, Lanky Lewis, our tier 3 commentator, an absolute legend, well known in the F1 community in this league. So yeah, shout out to Lanky Lewis as he turns 15 this week. Well, tomorrow I think. Not too sure. Lanky Lewis. Cryptic pointing out the people overtook during the safety car. I think I saw that as well. But yeah, interesting. Who was it? Young XLMX going for the soft compound of tyre. That is interesting. Ryan corrects me saying 14. Yeah, nonetheless, happy birthday for Lanky Lewis. I hope you have a good one, mate. From everyone at the PXR. Young LMX on soft, so that is a really, really interesting strategy. He's on one soft, I think, so let's see. So Young on fresh softs, whereas he's got one hard compound of tyre users ahead of him, so he's going to make light work of that, but with what comes with the pace will come at really, really bad tyre wear, so he's got to be very, very careful not to run out of tyres at the end of this race. Safety car is in this lap. Your tyre warming will be very, very important for the hard compound of tyres, as it's going to be very, very difficult to get some tyre temps into them. Oh, a bit of end plate damage for someone. Spinny, can you rewatch the stream to see what's happened there? But a bit of an end plate damage from someone that I think we clipped on board. But young XLMX, look, he's going down the inside of his championship rival. Sorry, no, down the inside of his teammate. And he's going down the inside of two people. What a move. The grip on the soft compound of tyres getting him up 2 places in one corner. Using the overtake now, he's going to get another move maybe into the hairpin. Let's see what he does. Decides not to send it. Yes, he does. Down the inside of another championship rival. Doing an absolutely amazing restart is young XLMX. Safety Callum with the most DCs in a race ever. I know, unlucky for Callum, but young XLMX, he's doing a fantastic join. So yeah, we're going to go on board with young XLMX. He's just got such a grip advantage. The softs around here will be 2 to 3 seconds a lap quicker than the hards. Who has been as locally Josh brings it, and there is another VSC. So young XLMX doing a fantastic first race, making up 2 positions right down the inside. G7 people out. It's been a bit of a hectic race. But yeah, as Issa Prius gets a drive-through penalty, the person in peak 3 getting a drive-through right in the last quarter of this race. Really unfortunate for him. So young X making another move down the inside of someone. He's going to struggle to take his softs to the end, so he's going to really make sure that he can save his tyres a bit. We're going to stay on board with him. Electro has got some wing damages. Is TCB Spreader going to go down the inside? Thinks better of the move. He's going to get really frustrated, still behind the McLaren driver, really holding him up. Going to switch from back on board to young XM. Look at that grip advantage he's got, using all of his ERS to try and get past the Haas driver. Uses right over to the right. Will he get the move down into turn 1? Let's see. Going to be braking late into the hairpin, going side by side, and he gets the move done. Going to go on board with Spin as he goes round the outside of TTFS Electro. What a move. Gets the grip and gets the move done. An amazing move from TTB Spinny as It's a Prius serves his drive-through penalty. That's unfortunate for him. Electro with his wing damage is going to be really struggling towards the end of this race on the increasingly worn hards as well. Ashu's getting held up behind Electro as well. Surely Ashu's going to use his overtake and try and get the move done into the hairpin of turn 6. Let's go on board with him. Is he going to send it down the inside? No, he doesn't. Thinks better of the move. So Young going side by side with Lefraff and gets the move done. He's made up a load of positions. What a move. Great racing from the two drivers and some brilliant racecraft from the Haas drive. That's exactly what you like to see. Hard but fair racing. And Young's pursuit of Julianator is going to continue. Will he be able to make up another position? I don't know. But let's see. Let's go on board with him now. He's going to be very close. DRS I don't think is enabled this lap, although it might be. And DRS is enabled. I don't think he's going to be close enough. But a big DRS train now between the top four. Jack H just losing more and more time as Lashik sends it down the inside for hairpin. But Electro with the switchback. Electro with an amazing switch. They're going to go side by side through the last corner. Let's see what happens. Lashik's forcing Electro a little bit wide there. And he gets the move back. That's Electro getting a penalty for track limits. Let's stick on board with Asterix. We're going to go on board with Asterix as Steven has gone off the track. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but down into P6. They're going board with Young, and they're going side by side down the inside of Julianator on his championship rival, getting the move done. Almost, but Julianator with the switchback. Young with the switchback gets wing damage. Young hits into the back of Julianator and is surely going to have some wing damage from that. That is unfortunate for him, but let's see how he can continue with that. Looking back, Electro still holding up Asterix. He's doing a fantastic hold-up job. Cap. So, Asterix now, will he finally get the move done? Actually, we're going to switch over to Lafra TTV. They're going to go side by side through the hairpin. He's using absolutely everything to get past the AlphaTauri drive. Will he make the move? Oh! Julianator spins and takes out Young X and Lefra. That's allowed TTV Spinny to take the lead. TTV Spinny is now in the lead. That's so unfortunate. Julianator into the pits for wing damage. That's so unfortunate for the two other drivers that got collected by him. Now TTV Spinny has the lead of the race. With Steven into P2, A1 Minx in P3. Could this be an amazing recovery drive for TTV Spinny? He made 2 or 3 pit stops and he's made his way up into P1. It's been a fantastic drive from him. Julianator just looting the back end out of the hairpin and absolutely hitting 2 people off. Steven struggling with his tyres with a big lockup, falling into the clutches of A1 Minx. TTV Spinny's got to be careful now not to fall into the wraths of Steven and A1 Minx. Jack H131 and Young X LMX. He's got wing damage, so he's going to be very slow. Jack H always pushing Asterix through turns 8 and 9. Asterix going down the inside and gets hit and gets spun by the AlphaTauri driver. Bit of drama happening here. The end of this race is really spicing things up. Jack H is going to be making a move on Young X LMX now, surely on this straight. He's using all of his DRS. He's using everything to get past the AlphaTauri driver. DRS in chat saying, wow, it's been a hectic couple of laps. It's been absolutely amazing. But yeah, Jack H getting the move done on the AlphaTauri driver, and Asterix getting another unfortunate race. Getting absolutely drafted by one of the drivers. As the intervals have just completely gone rip. So yeah, that was absolutely crazy. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but there's some incredible stuff right in the closing quarters of this race. Even with another big lockup, he's really pushing his car to the limit. Will A1 Minx be able to do anything? Hazavier running the back of Electro and Young X LMX, both having big wing damage, so it's going to be costing Hasbier a loss of time. He's going really slow, trying to avoid it. Will he send it down the inside of turn 9? No, he won't. He's going to stick behind and wait for the DRS just to be safe. Sorry for the interval glitch. I'm not too sure what's happening there. Just the game being the game, I suppose. So Hasbier, will he be able to make a move on Electro? I don't think so. He's losing a lot of time. Electro, he's gaining on Young X LMX. They're going to go side by side through the hairpin. No, Electro outbreaks Young X LMX and gets the move done into the hairpin. Hasbier with an amazing exit and gets the run on him. Will he be able to make the move stick down into turn 16? Yes, he does. A fantastic move from Hasbier. A1 Minx is still right on the back of Stephen. He's probably just going to wait till the last lap to overtake him on the medium compound of tyres. He's got 80% more, 70% more ERS than Stephen. DTFS Electro's hardest compound tyres not looking at races. He's been on them for the majority of this race. It's been absolutely crazy race for all of the drivers. Electro really struggling for it. Yes, again, A1 Minx almost out of the DRS of Stephen, just saving all of his ERS for the last couple of laps. Hasbier still right on the back of Electro, but not close enough to make a move. Callum has made a move on Young X LMX and gets the move done before the braking zone. Oh, it would be crazy to see TTV Spenny make a mistake in these last couple of laps and lose the race win. Could still happen. Go through the tricky turn 7. A1 Minx still in the back of Stephen. Is he going to stay behind for another lap, or is he going to go for a move? Stephen with less than 10% ERS. He's got Christmas tree lights, as we like to see, like to say. Will A1 Minx get the move done into the head? We go by side, but Stephen with some extra defensive work keeps A1 Minx behind him for the time being. Left for TV, he's on the back of Jack H. Jack H has got no DRS, no ERS whatsoever, down to 5%. Show your race director. Hasbier, is he going to make a move down into turn 1? He goes down the inside. Is he going to get the run? He won't, but he goes down the inside into turn 3 and 4. Asterix almost getting spun around again. Hasbier, is he going to send it down into turn 6? No, he's not going to go down the inside, kind of baiting the Asterix into a mistake. We're going to follow on board with Academies. Probably has the tyre advantage on the less worn hards and the very worn mediums. Hasbier got no ERS, neither does TTFS Electro only on 15%. Again, A1 is going to take another stab at Stephen 3001. Surely this move is going to be more convincing, and I think it is. Stephen just conceding the position as Julianator gets another 3-second for track limits. Ashik still right on the back of TTFS Electro. Going to be able to make a move down into turn 4, getting very close. Electro going very, very slowly through turn 4. Don't use Ashik's using a lot of ERX. Oh, making a bit more contact, maybe a bit of wing damage for him, but Ashik's surely going to save up the rest of his ERS for a last lap overtake. Both have very similar amounts of ERS, so surely he's going to save up, wait till the last straight. Getting very close again, having to go really, really slow. I'm going to go on board with with Asterix F1, as he might be able to make a last lap overtake. We're going to skip above the T3 Spenny, who comes round the final corner to take home P1 for this China race. A brilliant drive from him. We're going to skip ahead to Asterix and TTFS Electro, going side by side through the hairpin. Gastrix getting the move done on the last lap. Electro with a bit of a switchback. Will he get the traction? No, he doesn't. It's just going to look like Asterix take home P6. 4 penalties. Electro getting another 3 seconds, which is going to cost him a lot of time. So Electro dropping down into P9, and that was an absolutely incredible race. So wow, that concludes a very, very, very amazing Chinese Grand Prix. That was a fantastic race to watch, and I'm glad you could be here with me. So well, that was an incredible race to watch. I'm sure you enjoyed it as much as I did. 16 viewers still in the session too, to give you a bit of a race rundown. TTV Spenny goes from P9 up into P1 with a fantastic recovery drive, getting the win by almost 5 seconds. AOR Minx, Mr. Consistent, we like to call him, a P2, a fantastic race considering his starting position as well. Stephen 3001 got very unlucky this race, but nonetheless takes home a podium. Left for a TTV, I'm not too sure how I pronounce that, in P4, and Jack H131 in P5. Asterix P6, Callum P7, Hasenby P8, 9th was TTFS Electro, and 10th was Young X LMX. So that was a very, very impressive last race, second race of the season, with the Red Bull team scoring a very, very nice 35 points. That was incredibly close between a lot of battling there and just some great racing. Unfortunately, we cannot have any post-race interviews as we are having some audio issues with the stream, but nonetheless, thank you very, very much for watching. I've been your host Louis, and thank you very much for watching. Make sure you tune in for Tier 3 and Tier 1 on Saturday and Sunday respectively. Thank you very much for watching.